Today, let us discuss about the international trading environment. As you all know, the international trade taking place between the country for the purpose of economic development. Because all of you knowing that each country is not self-sufficient, therefore they are depending on each other country for various purposes. So international trade has provided lot of opportunities and help for the development of developing countries. As you all know, the trading countries have made several policies as well as some restrictions for the movement of goods and services between the country, mainly for the purpose of smooth flow of trade between the countries. So, today let us briefly discuss about the international trading environment. The environment of international trade is regarded as the sum total of all the external forces working upon the firm as it goes about its affairs in foreign and domestic markets. So, the international trade environment is a sum total of all the external forces which is working upon the firm as it is goes about its affairs in foreign and domestic markets. The environment can be classified in terms of domestic, foreign and international spheres of impact. International trade is carried out by means of a regulated negotiations between the importer and exporter. As you know, there will be an agreement between the importing and exporting country for the purpose of the trade negotiations or for the purpose of the good trade. All traders are subject to the laws of their own country and to international agreements that have been made about trade. So all traders or all trading countries are subjected to the rules or the policies made by their country as well as the international agreements taken place or taken between the trading countries. Countries make laws about the movement of goods in and out of their countries for three main reasons. So the countries made policies mainly for the purpose of some reasons. The first one is they can raise revenues through duties and taxes. So mainly for the purpose of raising revenue. Second one, their own industries can be protected through restricting import of competitive products or charging duty on them. The second one says that the protection of domestic industries. So these domestic industries can be only protected through restricting imports or charging duty on them. By charging duty on them or by restricting import of competitive products can protect the industries. Restriction is controlled by a quota which allows only a certain quantity of a particular product into a country in any year. So among the restrictions, quota is one of the form of restriction. It is a quantitative restriction. It controls the more import of commodity from foreign country, especially the higher import of luxury goods. The another form of restriction is import duty, and import duty is charge made on a product when it is bought into a country. When the commodity is imported, that time amount of charges imposed on those commodity when it is importing. So these two are the main restrictions imposed by the countries, trading countries, especially quota and import duty, or it is also called as import tariff. Tariff and quota are the two forms of restrictions. And the third important reason is the movement of certain products can be prohibited. So along with the raising revenue, along with the protecting the domestic industries, the third important reason is the movement of certain products can be prohibited. That means illegal movement of bombs or drugs should be protected between the countries. Therefore, some restriction should be imposed. These can either be things which the government want to keep in, such as work of great historical importance, or keep out such as animal products from endangered species. The international agreements have resulted from negotiations among governments at regional, intercontinental and global level. So agreements taking place between the countries, it may be regional level or intercontinental level as well as global level. The some of the important agreements are bilateral, trilateral and multilateral treaties. So let us discuss about bilateral trade agreement. Bilateral trade agreement is also known as BTA. So bilateral trade agreement signed between two countries. Two trading countries mutually come to an agreement that is called as bilateral agreement regarding trade matters. Bilateral trade agreement give preference to certain countries in commercial relationship, facilitating trade and investment between the home country and the foreign country. So bilateral trade agreement facilitates trade and investment between home country and foreign country. It can be possible only by reducing or eliminating tariff and import quotas. Reduction or complete elimination of tariff or import quotas can be increase the investment in home country, especially developing countries. The bilateral trade agreements between countries mainly made to promote the trade and commerce. They eliminate trade barriers such as tariff, import quotas and export restrictions in order to encourage trade and investment. So according to the agreement, the tariff, quotas and export restrictions are liberalized mainly to encourage the trade and investment. The main advantage of bilateral trade agreement is an expansion of the market for a country's goods through concerned negotiations between two countries. So expansion of market for a country's goods taking place with the negotiation between two countries. Bilateral trade agreements can also result in the closing down of small companies